Welcome to the edge of the boil, everyone. I'm your host, Swift Edge, and today we are actually back on Dr. Nowhere's channel because it looks like the creator of one of the creepiest looking figures in an analog horror, and yes, I'm clearly sticking with that because look at that, has made a couple new videos. I don't know where I was when these dropped, but obviously I was not doing the important thing of keeping my eye out. We have the Oddity Compendium. And this looks like it could possibly be, because I don't know if it's actually connected to the rest of this, if it's going to be a continuation off of this, or if it's its own new thing. And then we have Paper Souls Silas Orion. I'm not going to waste any more time. I want to go right into this. Hope you're ready for the freakiness. Oh, there's captions too. Great. Cool. We love it.
Dr. Nowhere's Office of Wonders presents the Oddity Compendium, a beginner's anomaly education program.
Don't like it. Don't like that.
Today, we will be learning about many wonderful and strange oddities that exist inside of, outside of, and around your universe.
What, are you not from our universe?
Can range anywhere from life forms, products, and organizations to even events in anomalous time periods. Important. The following information has been acquired from realities that may be separate from the one you are currently residing in. Please be aware that knowledge or comprehension of incompatible information may result in a conscious reality fracture.
Well, that doesn't sound so good. That sounds really bad. Installment number 1. Faux beds, a land of forgotten faces, and geometric knowledge beyond belief. Okay. What will we learn today? Something terrifying. Your own bed may be harboring a hunger for your flesh. Sleep with a cold fan on if possible. I do. And I'm pausing to say, is that a freaking mimic? Is my bed a mimic? Is that what we're trying to say? Because I keep a cold fan on at all times because I need the noise. And I'm a warm sleeper. If you ever walk downstairs one morning and your family's gone, interacting with the headless corpses that remain in their stead should be avoided. Non-existence is a contagious disease. First of all, why are they headless? And death is a disease now? Is that what we're saying? Okay. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you get a rush of brilliant ideas, turn back immediately. Enlightenment is a drug and the withdrawals can kill. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. But apparently I learned some things. Oddity, flesh beds, Populus Colcita?
Fleshbeds or mattress folk are a species of parasitic subhuman that highly resemble bedding mattresses. The body of the dormant flesh bed appears identical to a standard mattress. However, slicing the thin sheet-like skin reveals many soft organs, limb-like appendages, and a humanoid head which hides beneath the skin. They were first discovered in the late 1960s when a mattress company was surveying excess storage. Upon finding many seemingly pristine mattresses that had not been sold, they gave them away to thrift shops and people in need.
Oh, you
the people who received them
screwed everyone.
Initially had no issues with faux beds. It wasn't until the air began to warm up that these beds awoke from their uneventful hibernations.
So cold just keeps them sleeping.
19-year-old Alice Digere. She had been sleeping.
Why are you laughing?
For roughly 6 months before her sudden disappearance. After noticing the stench of sulfur and rot originating from her bed, her family called authorities, and the inside of the mattress revealed a feasting parasite, several hundred human bones, and a half-digested Alice.
Sulfur?
The method in which mattress folks sustain themselves is by waiting for the body heat of a host to wake them from their dormant state. Kind of like an egg, but not nearly as tasty.
Why is there laughter? This is not a sitcom!
They slowly unfold themselves from their soft mattress-like bodies. This process is very gradual and happens underneath its body or on its side so as not to be detected.
I don't like that.
After roughly a month of this process and on a night 17 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, its head and arms fully emerge and pull the sleeping host into its body, where prey is slowly digested.
Oh, that's a feast fit for a king. That's so wrong. So what I'm hearing is, make sure you're sleeping in a very cold climate area. Meaning up here in the Great White North, 8 months out of the year, I'm freaking great, bro.
Much is known about how these sleeping beauties came about, but it is theorized that since they are subhuman, they were once a branch of Homo sapiens that merged with a mycelial network many years ago.
Oh yeah, sure, okay.
Autopsies of fleshbeds' digestive systems have revealed DNA samples from thousands of different people in each instance, some even tracing to people born during the 1600s. Another odd thing to note is that
can they actually die?
Themselves contain DNA belonging to humans as well. One instance shared DNA in a blood type with Napoleon Bonaparte, leader of the French Republic during the time that the Matres folk were assumed to have come into existence.
Holy
All in all,
crap.
it might be a good idea to throw out that mattress that feels just a bit too warm lately. You might be sharing it with something unwanted. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bite.
I don't know if I'm gonna sleep nice and tight after this. I think I'm gonna have a trouble sleeping. Headless.
The headless macrocosm is a sub-reality nearly identical to Earth, save for the fact instead of humans, tail-headless corpses remain in their stead. These corpses, though technically dead, do weakly breathe through the holes in their necks. Their hearts have also been observed to begin convulsing at seemingly random intervals.
Okay.
These beings are identical in appearance to one another aside from physical dimensions, which can vary severely between each corpse. The headless sub-people dwelling in this pocket reality have been observed changing their behavior when humans have physically interacted with them, and apparently gain a level of awareness and vitality when such events occur.
So don't interact with them and they'll be
still.
still.
2,393 living humans residing in this reality, all from parallel Earth.
Very lost.
Every single resident recounts waking up in the headless macrocosm after falling asleep under strange circumstances back in their home realities. No one back in their
don't sleep anywhere.
homes remembers their faces or identities, which leads to the belief that this place could be a form of anti-reality. A waste compartment of the universe used for aspects of reality that are useless or harmful to existential fabric. The humans that live in the headless macrocosm are assumed to be taking shelter in abandoned structures and banding together to search for plant-based food during the warmer times.
The climate in this reality is often below freezing. Interesting.
Fun fact. Humans have coined multiple terms and nicknames for these headless corpses, such as stumpies, cranes, and Ichabodies. Despite this
I like that,
being
Ichabodies.
detached from main reality, an incident took place which created a temporary tier between the two. A man residing in the headless macrocosm was walking through a field with a small house in the center. Upon reaching the house, the man unintentionally brushed up against one of the breathing bodies.
And it awoke.
This body, just before motionless aside from the labored convulsions, sprang to life and removed the head of the man. It then proceeded to attach the severed head to the stump of its own neck.
That's messed up.
Was
What? Why?
Tedford.
Michael Tedford, okay.
Had placed Michael's head where its own should be. An event occurred back on Earth in the year 2061 that resulted in governmental intervention. A family called to the authorities described an impossibly tall naked figure appearing in their backyard. The presence of this oddity was highly distressing to the family, and they remained inside their home until the situation was resolved.
Smart family.
The following photograph depicts this figure they spoke of. Michael Tedford's rotting head is affixed atop its frail neck.
The face we're looking for no longer
Shortly after the
exists.
photo was taken, what was left of Tedford's existence was removed from the premises and taken to an upscale anomaly testing site.
Holy
Apparently,
crap.
this corpse was attempting to quite literally become Tedford by leeching off of his existence. These breathing bodies appear to be in a constant state of yearning to reconnect with the roots of reality again, as they have been taken a hold of by a dangerous and contagious disease. This disease appears to be non-existence itself. It can affect anyone on Earth at any time, and once it takes hold, the headless macrocosm deems you valid for residence within its endless meadows, filled with fellow patients. But don't worry, it's a rare diagnosis. Another fun fact.
How rare?
Occasionally, crude man-made structures will form seemingly out of nowhere in order to correspond with the structures on parallel Earth. As mentioned earlier, the headless macrocosm itself functions like a digestive tract of the universe, and these structures may be antibodies attempting to fight off the virus of non-existence. Now then, check your head.
Fight harder?
Screw on tight. Great, because you might want to hang on tight to it for this next one.
That's just messed up. That's a messed up joke. What kind of show is being shown here? Oddity, obelisks of enlightenment.
The obelisks of enlightenment are a collective of monolithic beings that are currently residing in different remote locations across the world. Also known as the Fathers of True North, they appear in groups of 1 to 8 and stand anywhere from 10 to 150 feet tall. Each obelisk is levitated just barely above the ground and facing geodetic north. Though most of them reside in remote fields and deserts, they have also been found floating above the ocean within the vicinity of the Bermuda Triangle and even of the Moon. They are moving just ever so slightly and progress approximately 2 inches forward a year. These obelisks are enlightened in the infinitely vast secrets of the universe, and are constantly vocalizing the excess information as a means of waste to counteract the overwhelming intake of knowledge. Though currently enclosed and monitored by government entities, many people had wandered into these locations prior claiming to be following the sound of angelic singing.
So kind of like a siren song.
Emanating from these obelisks induces a massive increase in general intelligence in subjects listening. Folklore often refers to the frequency as the song of the divine contour.
I would have just called it the siren song.
Are unraveled thousands of feet into the sky to make a metaphysical connection from Earth to the universe. It is assumed this is a form of knowledge worship, an attempt to make a mortal sacrifice for an immortal honor. Fun fact: these organs are confirmed to be those of the humans and other biological matter that were absorbed after enlightenment. Upon perceiving the words spoken by the obelisks or entering into close proximity with them, the human brain either spontaneously expands and combusts or receives an ability to comprehend the sacred information. Talk about being open-minded.
Okay, that one was actually kind of funny. Dark, but funny.
To comprehend this knowledge, they are biologically absorbed into the obelisk, becoming wholly unified with a being. It is not entirely understood how these anomalies were brought into existence, but they seem to be tears in the fabric of reality akin to black holes. Many speculate that these rifts were opened by ancient giants who were dissatisfied with a lack of Earth's knowledge. Many unnaturally large humanoid skeletons have been found underground adjacent to obelisk sites, further supporting this idea. When the obelisks made their debut on Earth, they aided in the construction of the pyramids of Giza by bestowing digestible levels of sacred knowledge onto Egyptian pharaoh Khufu after he was lured into the desert by their beckoning chords. This knowledge helped Khufu rationalize a possible blueprint and method for building these grand tombs.
So they're responsible for the construction.
As a tribute to the divine structures. All in all, these obelisks may seem malevolent, but it's important to remember that no physical pain could ever outweigh the agony of infinite knowledge.
Oh, I'm sure that there's a weight to it, though. There's definitely a weight. Don't you look at me and blink.
Now, looks like our time here may be almost up. But before you go, it's time for a bonus oddity.
The boiled one? Is that what we're gonna get? Philbus. Oh, you Philbus.
It is not known where Philbus comes from or why he is here, but there have been a number of people who, after consuming media depicting Philbus, have felt the overwhelming compulsion to practice Philbism. Philbism is a political and somewhat religious ideology, which centers around a belief that building/consuming chairs and other wooden furniture is honoring Philbus' great sacrifice. It is not clear what this sacrifice is or what it refers to.
Yeah, that's weird.
Attributes and practices of Philbism include learning to build chairs, learning to properly digest chairs.
I just want to build the chairs.
Discussing chair consumption on obscure internet forums.
I just want to build the chairs. I don't want to do anything else.
Candidate known as Philbus, who is said to advocate for making furniture consumption a socially accepted and widespread practice. There are so many wonderful things about Philbism. Consume the body of Philbus and become one with many others today. It's a great decision. Just keep your chair to get started. Any mention of Philbism and elaboration on the subject will eventually result in it becoming a sponsorship or advertisement of sorts. We have no idea how to avoid this, sorry. All Philbis
don't talk about wood and chairs then.
The existence of Philbism when directly questioned about it. This video was not in any way sponsored by Philbism. This is for educational purposes only. Philbism does not even exist.
You just said!
Would you look at
you ain't gonna get me.
It's just about time for us to part ways.
You're not gonna get me like that.
A brief cleansing process will now commence. This purely auditory procedure will ensure you do not come away from this with any ailments from beyond contracted during your viewing experience. Please close your eyes and do not open them until told to do so.
Nah, I'm gonna keep my eyes open. I don't trust this. See? Keep them closed. Oh, you knew! You knew too, didn't you? You knew I would keep my eyes open. I'm not closing them. You, me, staring contest. Whoever kisses who first loses. What? I'm watching you. Don't lean in. You stay right there. You kiss me, you're gonna lose. Oh, I blinked first. I think I'll lose. How was that?
Your eyes.
Nah.
Thank you for complying.
How was that supposed to be purifying?
Thank you for attending Dr. Nowhere's Office of Wonders. We hope that you enjoyed your stay.
I need to find a new clinic. Goodbye, we love you. Nah, I don't feel very loved. That was... Okay, so we have a disease in parallel realities of where people can lose their heads. And then whoever takes their heads goes back to our reality. Then we have creatures that are within mattresses that, if it's warm, good chance that there's a parasite in there. You have Philbus, which is just, don't talk about chairs and wood and eating. That's how you avoid that. Then you have the obelisks. So, very interesting. I would love to see more oddities in the future. That'd be so cool. Now we're going to finish this off with Paper Souls Silas Orion. No captions. Okay, hi Silas. I feel like I'm watching a really weird 90s angsty music video. Go back, watch some 90s music videos. Tell me I'm wrong. Like that. That is definitely 90s theme. This is so weird. What is this supposed to be? We even got a guitar player right here. Oh my god, you just win the game of I'm not touching you from the other side of the room with those fingers. This is your brain on drugs. This is what your body looks like when you've been on really, really hard drugs. Sorry, bad joke. Did we just go inside Silas's brain? Did we see what was going on in Silas's mind? Okay, that was... Dr. Nowhere makes some really weird but really cool stuff. I'm so here for it. I cannot wait to see more. Ooh, it's gonna be great. If you want to check out Dr. Nowhere's channel, link in the description below to go and check it out. It is really cool and really creepy. I cannot wait to see more. If you enjoyed this as much as I did, make sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought about this. If there are any videos you'd like to see me react to in the future, leave some suggestions down below. I take them all into consideration. And if you're new around here and you've been enjoying to seeing, why not click that subscribe button to stick around for longer, and maybe click that bell to get notified of my next video. I will see you on the next one though. Bye! We'll be right back.